anyone and everyone. This is Kim, the Humble Hermit from Come As You Are Oracle. I'm going to do the collective for today, Sunday, September 15th, 2024. You may follow me on the book, the Insta, the talk, or the tube, or not. Totally up to you. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it doesn't fit, don't make it fit. If some of it fits, fabulous. If some of it does not, leave it on the table for someone else. We just don't want you taking on energy that wasn't meant for you. And I am going to do a crow oracle for the collective tonight instead of the regular hodgepodge. We're going to use Urban Crow. I got mine on Amazon. Trying to hydrate a little bit after spending the day in the city. Thought I heard somebody yelling out there. Okay, I don't know if this... It's hard for me to get this mic on my dress to sit right. I hope everybody enjoyed this Sunday, the last of the weekend. Woo woo! It's exciting. Exciting. 2 cards on the table. I got to see the Georgia O'Keeffe exhibit. My friend really wanted to go, so we went. We ate at Miller's Pub, which is apparently one of the top places to eat in the city. It was all right. It was okay. I probably should have got like a fish or a steak or something. Instead, I just got a sandwich. But it was okay. Went to Voodoo Donuts and got some donuts. And then came home. Oh, the museum is fabulous. It's kind of funny though, because my friend I basically ran through the exhibit. I probably went through that exhibit in like 30, 45 minutes. And people are spending hours on there. Like literally hours on there. Okay, fine. It's crowded as hell. Next weekend is the last weekend for the exhibit. So I just went through and looked at everything and got close and looked at the things that I really admired, the pieces that really caught my eye. And I moved on. So I waited for my friend for maybe another, 30, 40 minutes. And that's fine. I don't care. I'll wait. She's a Georgia O'Keeffe fan, so I'll wait. I don't care. I posted all my pictures to my media and putzed around while I was waiting for her. And later on, she asked me, she's like, well, you didn't really seem like you were into it. Like, what art are you into? And I told her, I'm like, well, I like art, but I don't like all art. Like, it's whatever catches my eye. So, whether it's realism, whatever the case may be. Like, I like different things from different types of art, different medias of art. You know what I mean? Where it seems like she just pretty much likes one thing. I don't know. I like a lot of sculptures and artifacts, and I like Greek stuff and Indian stuff. Like, she wanted to go through the Asian part. We went through the Asian part. I mean, honestly, not my thing. But the things that I were most interested in that section was the sculptures. It is what it is. And I probably could literally spend all day there if I just went by myself and did my own thing. Because there's so much to see there. Like, we probably didn't even see like a third of it. And she bought the membership for the year, so she can go back as many times as she wants. 4 cards on the table. And I didn't get any souvenirs. I wanted to get this little like bag, and I didn't get it. I should have gotten it. I'm going to go online and see if they have a shop online, because I should have gotten it. And I wanted a Georgia O'Keeffe shirt, but they only went to 2X and they did not look like a 2X. Anyway, that was my day. When I get off here from doing this with you guys, I'm going to make my lunch for work tomorrow, and I'm going to eat my 3 donuts because they look delicious. Oh. All right, I'm wearing a dress, so I kind of got to get up and sit back down again. All right, 5 cards on the table. Ooh, 6 cards on the table. I think I messed up my... Oh, yeah, okay. This thing keeps... Like, my boobs aren't talking, sir. I am. Okay, hopefully that works better. Hopefully you can hear that. Hopefully you heard all of that. Eight cards on the table. I think 11 cards on the table. So we're going to do one more shuffle. Yeah, we got 11 cards on the table. We're going to do one more. Oh, hell no. I hope you're ready for a bumpy ride. Oh. Oh, man. Bottom of the deck, 12 cards. I'm putting that over there. All right, y'all. We've got illusion, community, commitment, mimicry. We've got growth. We've got insight. We've got warning. We've got survival. We've got upheaval. Routine. And back for a limited time only, a limited engagement series. Dun, 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 dun. The Anomaly. That's why I said, oh, hell no. We've got gifts, bottom of the deck. A feminine, masculine, take how it resonates. It doesn't really matter here. If I feel like it's a specific energy, I'll say something. But again, take how it resonates. I swear to God, my tummy doesn't look this big here as it does there. Although I look like I'm probably carrying twins. Or whatever. There's never been a bun in this oven. Ba-dum-bum-bum. Other than a Cinnabon. I don't know where that came from. Just ignore that. I haven't even had any sugar yet. I mean, my donuts are still sitting out there. The cats might have eaten them. All right. See, and the community's out here too. The community card is out here. Sorry, I got like flyaway hairs. And the mimicry? Oh, all right. So this community, huh, is okay. Well, let me look. So let me just say this: an illusion was broken for this community. When you look at the illusion card, it's got the broken mirror. Okay, we already know. Like if this is a take, a different take on the same story as before, the same situation as before. Illusions broke for this community. Like nobody is under illusions about this community and what they do, what they're involved in. When I look at the commitment card, they were committed to covering up something. This is what I'm picturing. They were committed to covering up something, but when they came back to unveil like the secrets of what they were covering up, they were no longer there. So again, the illusion is shattered. Everything that is needed to be known about this community is known. The commitment to hiding the truth is dead. So, two things with the mimicry. So, this is a person that was involved with this community, that was involved in covering up whatever this community was doing, building the illusion, you know, that just fell apart anyway. The second thing is this mimicry, this person, I would honestly just call them a mimic because whoever they are, they're not their own person. They're very much like a follower, like someone that would steal someone's identity because they don't know their own, right? This person could be trying to heal themselves, trying to grow, trying to change after recognizing recognizing that there was something wrong with this community, that whatever they were doing was basically wrong. Okay? Whatever this mimic was involved with, however long, however deeply they were connected to this community, when they got the insight, it was like it changed their mindset. This person, the mimic with the warning card, they knew that the fall was coming. Okay. So they knew that this community was going to be brought down in some type of way. And they knew with the survival card that they were going to have to find their own way, break apart from the community and find their own way, fight for their own survival. I know it seems a little dramatic to say it like that, but if you're ever involved in any type of cult like situation, even if you don't really think it's of it as a cult at the time, and you get out of it, and I mean it, I don't even know how to explain it. I've talked to you guys before about the ex best friend and her sexually assaulting me, and her trying to set me up with that guy that she was secretly involved with for probably 10, 15 years. I mean, I don't even know, but at this point it doesn't even matter. But the funny thing is when I broke away from her, um tomorrow will actually be the 2-year anniversary. I consider it my Virgo birthday. September 16th, 2022 is when I literally looked up into the eyes of the devil, and I got up and grabbed my shit and I ran away into the night. And I only talked to her 3 times after that. And I gave her every opportunity to offer me a sincere apology, a heartfelt apology, and I got one lackluster apology basically saying, if you feel like you need an apology, here it is. Yeah, I feel like I do need an apology for sexual assault and for my best friend of 30 years just totally treating me like shit. Yeah, I think I need an apology for that. When I didn't get it after those 3 conversations I had, I walked away. And I think the last time I talked to her was the end of October, I want to say, 2022. Um, and when I look back on that whole situation with her, I know her family and some of her family and her friends were involved. I know they were. And when I think about other things that happened like years before that, I just keep thinking like, wow, like none of these people even actually liked me, like at all. Like I bet you they just all talk shit about me when I wasn't there. And it's funny because the last time I saw her sister was at her sister's Labor Day party in 2022, and she said to me, she's like, because it was me standing there with her sister, with her and her sister's best friend, and she goes, I think you've even been in the family longer than Marie, and Marie was her sister's best friend. And I said, well, like 30, 30 plus years, and she goes, yeah. She's like, and you've stayed around a long time. And now when I look back on that, like I have a whole different perspective of that conversation. A whole different perspective of that conversation. Because at the time I was like, oh yeah, like I guess we have been friends a long time. Not even trying to deal with the sexual assault because it was just so mind-boggling to me. But now when I think about that conversation and I think about my history with her family, and I think about me leaving and probably what happened after I left, very cult like, atmosphere, whether they would recognize that or not, very cult like. And the fact that when I remember leaving, I mean, I literally grabbed my shit and ran into the night and got in my car and did not look back. That's very, that's something somebody would have to do running away from a cult, like I, all I can think about is how the ex best friend, and I'm sure her sister and her other friends and family, like they all knew each other's business because my ex best friend would capture information from you and then share it with anybody else. And you didn't know about it, but everybody else knew about it. Like I knew things about her sister and her sister's husband. I knew things about her cousin and her cousin's husband. I knew things about her aunt and her aunt's husband. I know a lot of things about my ex best friend's family that she probably never should have told me, but she did. And I'm sure she took all the secrets that I told her and told everybody else because that's what she does. And she creates like this chaotic atmosphere. Because if I were to go back there now, first of all, I just wouldn't do that. And second of all, if I did, I can guarantee you if I walked into a room with all of her family and friends, I would be able to feel how they hate me, how they loathe me, how they make fun of me, how they talk shit about my behind my back, even though they all technically talk shit about everybody behind their back. And it's kind of funny because it reminds me a little bit of Scientology when I watched the Scientology series with Leah Remini. Um, like people in Scientology, when they would have doubts about other people, they would turn them in to the, well, church, whatever you want to call it. They would turn them in and then they would be questioned. And, like people were like snitches there. It's part of the cult atmosphere. And it reminds me of that with my ex best friend's family. Like I just keep thinking like I don't know what the hell that was, but the only thing that I can think of to call it is a family, a community, a group, a cult. That's that's really all I can think of to call it. So when people say that they literally left somewhere fighting for their lives, like let me tell you, when I left, I literally felt like I was fighting for my life. Or like I had fought and I had won, honestly. Because when I left there, my life just kept getting better and better. I have no idea about hers. I don't really care. I mean, I've said before, like I hope she gets help. She needs help. She's mentally ill. So I hope she gets help. But I don't care what happened to her. But for me, when I left her, my life got better and better and better. Consistently. Like I'm in the best place in my life than I've ever been. I have no idea where she is. I don't give a shit. But yeah, no joke. When people are fighting for their lives to get away from something, they're fighting for their lives to get away from something. Again, it may seem dramatic, but until you've experienced something like that, you don't know. And I didn't my thing is I didn't in my case, like when I think about my case, I think about my case being very um like not even the worst type of thing to have to get away from. Like I can only imagine other situations far worse and what that would feel like. So I count myself, I guess, lucky. I mean, I don't really believe in luck, but I had God on my side, that's for sure. Because I don't know that I would have ever gotten the hell out of there if I believed in something else. I would probably still be there. When this mimic left the community, it just, because they were fighting for survival, it just tossed their whole life into upheaval. And it probably did something to the community as well. Huh. This mimic is someone that had to change up their routine. I mean, their routine would obviously be changed anyway because they would be leaving this community, but they had to change up their routine so that like they couldn't get caught off guard by anyone from this community. So this is where it gets so while the mimic is going through all of this, the anomaly has already gone through this or is almost so like if the mimic is just like leaving the group and starting to heal and grow, like this anomaly has already done this. It's like this mimic is mimicking the anomaly in leaving this situation. Remember when I did the original reads, there was another person. There was another person that left. But the anomaly went first and this person went after, hence the mimic. Because they saw the anomaly leave and heal and flourish and they realized they could do it too. So when I first saw this gifts card, I thought it was in reference to the anomaly like having a gift, like being psychic or being a healer or being a witch or something. But now when I look at it, this mimic, this other person has information for the anomaly, and the anomaly has information for the mimic. They both have a gift for each other. It's a gift, it's information. Something about the community, something that each of them wants to share with the other. I would say, why are we getting this read? Because we kind of already had this read, just a little bit different. But the thing is things like this happen every day all around the world. It's not like this just happens once a year to one person. This happens every day to, 20,000 people. You know what I'm saying? Like this is we all think that our situations and our stories and our lives are so very different when in the actuality they're so very much the same. There's slight variations on the theme, right? But we can't tell if that's a kid crying or a dog crying. Um, but we all basically live the same lives. We all end up wanting to experience the same things. For some of you, you could be going through this, or somebody that's going through like some type of situation like this. And again, it doesn't necessarily have to be a cult. I use that as an example because of my experience. Um, but like when I hear community, it just kind of it gives it a negative connotation there. So like I just automatically assume like cult like behavior. Take how it resonates. But I also think some of you or whoever you know might be getting ready to receive some information because someone is either the anomaly or someone is either the mimic. And I feel like one is going to come in with information, one is going to come towards another and give information, and then that person is going to give them information. It's kind of funny too because with my anniversary coming up tomorrow, and I should have taken the day off because I know I'm going to be really emotional tomorrow, but oh, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Um, I was watching a read this morning by one of my favorite readers, and they said that, like, oh, if you haven't had someone come back from your past, they're going to come back from your past wanting forgiveness. And I just started laughing and laughing because I'm like I'm sitting there saying to myself the same things I just said to you guys. Like tomorrow's the 2 year anniversary, and not one of those people has ever come forward to apologize. Not one of them has ever come forward to say, "Hey, what happened? How come you're not talking to so and so?" Not one of those fucking people has ever said a word to me. And you know why? Because they all already know. They they all already know. Like when I see reads about this community falling apart, like I already know in my heart that that situation that I walked away from probably fell apart, started falling apart the minute I left. And that's not to say that like I held, the group together or anything like that. I'm just saying that that's how karma works. Like slowly, it's going to chip away at whatever the hell was going on there, and everybody's going to realize the truth, and they're all going to be too fucking scared to say a damn thing to me about it. And that's a real shame. That's a real shame. But the funny thing is at this point in my life, 2 years later, like I honestly don't have anything to say. I don't even know what I would say to any of them if they came back and said something to me, because I, for like the last year, I've been living my best life. I started my healing journey at the beginning of last year, and my life just took off from there. Like, again, I'm the happiest I've ever been. So for me to be too upset about it, I really can't be, you know? And honestly, them not coming in with something, with information, is just one less thing for me to have to worry about, I guess. But it's kind of funny because it's like twice today this has come up. And now I'm thinking in my head, well, maybe someone is going to come and say something, but I doubt it. I really doubt it. I'm going to leave it there because, like, there's no. Like, if this is all happening now, these two are not going to exchange information for probably a while. I don't even really. I don't like to. I don't like to give guesses on time. You guys know how I feel about time. Time. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. Um, I hope it resonated. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope, if anything, you found it entertaining. I hope everybody enjoys the rest of their evening, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.